Today on 9 News Mornings, we're learning new details about why the suspect in the Club Q shooting was allowed to have guns after an arrest last year.
You've got witnesses that are not cooperating, and they're also saying really nice things about the person.
This morning, how the suspect's family may have played a role in dropping those charges. All multifamily rental properties in Denver are supposed to be licensed by the end of the year. Right now, just a fraction of landlords have been approved. So what's the holdup? And today, after 39 years, it's Gary Shapiro's very last day on the anchor desk. We're celebrating his amazing career with a walk down memory lane. 9 News Mornings starts now. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Gary's last show on the anchor desk today.
I love seeing those old pictures because it reminds me of when I had hair. Right? I mean,
you still have some hair.
I had
and the stash.
At one point, I used to look like Ed Green. Does now.
We've been over this toupee, remember?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah,
Just stick it on. That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys. I apprecied it.
Well, we have a lot in store for you this morning.
That's what I hear. I can't wait.
It's good you're leaving because it's pretty crowded on the desk here. So we need an extra chair. In the meantime, I'll just go do the weather. How's that? As we take a look, we do have a pretty shot of Boulder right there. Temperature stands at 22 degrees right now. It is also pretty nice. You can see we do have a few clouds drifting across the area. Not much going on right now, but that is going to change. So maybe a few snow showers for the high country, then things clear out. We'll stay sunny over the eastern plains. Tomorrow, maybe a few clouds drift with a few snow showers for the high country. Staying sunny here. But then a new potent weather system comes our way. So 47 degrees today, mostly sunny, normal for this time of year. Tomorrow, pretty much more of the same at 49 degrees. But look at your Sunday, nearing 60 degrees, almost spring-like here with lots of sunshine. Then we're back to 49 on Monday. Late in the day, we see some snow showers. And then overnight Monday into Tuesday, snow and blowing snow, much colder. Not out of the 20s on Tuesday, so not above the freezing mark. And then Wednesday, we just get to a little bit above the freezing mark with a little bit of sunshine, but we stay cold probably through the end of the week.
Ed, thank you so much. We want to show you what the Friday morning drive looks like out here. I-25 and 8th Avenue is where we are looking from our CDOT camera. Smooth sailing there in the metro area. Quiet, just one thing to mention if you're going to be driving through Boulder today, that water main break still needs to be fixed. The closure that we're dealing with is Highway 7, Arapahoe Avenue between 55th Street and Conestoga Street. Aside from that, again, looking great through the metro. Drive into Commerce City is a breeze. If you're heading in on westbound 76 from E470, right now that drive will only take you 11 minutes.
This morning, we're getting a better idea of what happened when the Club Q shooting suspect was arrested back in 2021 after threatening family members.
Yeah, a judge unsealed that case yesterday, releasing more than 130 pages of documents.
And according to the documents, the suspect threatened their grandparents, had more than 100 pounds of bomb-making materials in the basement, and said they wanted to be the next mass killer. The documents show that the family had concerns, a lot of concerns about the suspect, and the suspect's grandparents slept behind a locked door in the home that they shared. Family in other states told investigators the suspect had a history of violence, and despite all that, that 2021 bomb threat case was dismissed in July, just a few months before the Club Q shooting. The judge dropped the felony charges and a protection order, which meant the suspect was allowed to have his guns again. District Attorney Michael Allen says that was all dismissed because family members wouldn't cooperate and even changed their statements.
The only way that it would have prevented the tragedy is if the witnesses actually were present at trial, testified, and somebody was convicted. You've got statements that are concerning at the front end, and then after that you've got witnesses that are not cooperating, and they're also saying really nice things about the person.
After the case was dropped, the suspect asked for their guns back. The sheriff's office said no, but legally there was nothing to stop the suspect from getting more guns. And according to the unsealed documents, that's what happened. The grandmother gave the suspect $30,000, which the suspect then used to buy 3D printers to make more guns.
Well, employees at hospital in Leadville will get a paycheck today after all. It was up in the air earlier this week when the board of directors said St. Vincent Health did not have enough money to make payroll. The hospital secured enough money from several local, state, and federal sources to cover one pay period. And yesterday, the hospital board of directors asked county commissioners for a $480,000 taxpayer bailout. The county approved $437,000 with a long list of conditions, including a public apology from the board. monthly financial updates, and no more requests for money. To get that money, the board has to agree to all of those conditions, and that didn't happen last night because they say they want to review everything with their lawyers first. The board did claim the hospital's interim CEO had given up pay for some time now and suggested employees thank him and other management. The CEO, though, is not in the meetings this week to confirm this because he is on vacation out of the country.
By the end of the year, every multifamily rental property in Denver is supposed to be licensed by the city. Perhaps the owners of these rentals just didn't get the message. 9 News reporter John Glasgow's live in Denver. And John, the deadline is approaching, but the city says they've only granted a few hundred licenses.
Yeah, that's right. Less than 1,000 licenses have been granted by the city. That's for multifamily properties. So landlords, they are running out of time. They have to get this done to meet the city's compliance with this new ordinance. So they have about 3 weeks to now get those inspections done and comply with the city code. So the deadline is January 1st, 2023. The Department of Excise and License says it's issued 820 licenses for multifamily homes. Now that's a fraction of the city's total number of multifamily properties, estimated at around 25,000. Another 220 applicants are currently pending. So property owners operating a single family rental property have an extra year until the start of 2024 to get licensed. But for those who will be held to the January 1st deadline, the city says landlords are now in a time crunch.
One thing that's happened over the past couple of months is we've seen a surge in license applicants. Anytime there's a new license, it's not a surprise that some people are procrastinating or they're just learning about this now and going, oh my gosh, this deadline's coming up.
So the city does expect that this is going to be sort of a backlog, or going to take some time to get all of these multifamily properties up to their new ordinance. The licensed properties, they have to pass an inspection. They also have to put through some documentation to the city as part of that whole overall application. Now, despite the low numbers, we did reach out to some inspection companies to see whether or not they have had some calls, and they say that a lot of landlords have reached out to get those inspections done. So as the city says, it is going to take some time, but currently not a lot of them have applied for this new application.
Yeah, a lot more to submit those. All right, John, thank you.
New overnight, Arizona Senator Kristen Sinema says she is leaving the Democratic Party. She says she will register as an independent instead. Sinema says that she doesn't really fit into either party. She told Politico, though, that she will not caucus with the Republicans and will keep voting as she has been. So her switch will likely not change the balance of power in the U.S. Senate. Democrats have the majority.
A bill to protect same-sex and interracial marriage is now heading to President Biden's desk. Congress passed it this week, and every Colorado Republican in Congress voted no, and every Colorado Democrat voted yes. The bill requires states to recognize same-sex marriages from other states as well. Colorado has recognized same-sex marriage since the court struck down our state's constitutional ban back in 2014. As of now, if the court's 6-3 conservative majority were to overturn that precedent, couples would have to leave Colorado to get married. But again, if Biden signs the bill that was passed yesterday, their marriage would be recognized everywhere.
Well, coming up, we're celebrating 39 years of Gary Shapiro this morning, and you can join in by sending your favorite memories of Gary on the Near Me section on our app.
9 News closed captioning sponsored by Scandinavian Designs. Shop modern style for every budget at 3 local showrooms, including our new location in Highlands Ranch.
Guy's got good taste in music.
All for you, my friend.
Very Bruce.
Well, in case you missed it, today is Gary's last day with us here on the 9 News anchor desk.
Yes, so all week we have been talking about how much we're going to miss you, Gary. And there are a few more people who have something to say as well.
This is Chris Daniels from Chris Daniels and the Kings. Gary, you made it through the years with the 9 News crew.
I wanted to say thank you for making our mornings all these years through the best and the challenging times and everything in between. Thanks for making us laugh a lot.
Just popping in to say congratulations on your retirement. Been watching you for years and it's very well deserved.
Just wanted to say congrats on retirement and thank you so much for all you did in covering the Broncos, and I hope you enjoy it.
Congratulations. It's finally time to turn that early alarm clock off. I just want to say thank you for being such an awesome mentor and colleague and a dear friend of mine.
Boy, there are very few people in this business who I have tried to emulate as much as I've tried to emulate you and your writing style. You are one of the absolute best, and you've also been a dear friend.
A lot of people have watched you over the years and really enjoyed your broadcasting and following the sports here in Colorado, and I want to wish you congratulations again on your retirement.
I hear you're going to retire. Great, good luck. Hey, I'll miss you so much. You're so much a part of my regular daily routine, but just a tip, get a little side gig when you retire. You know, I shovel a few drives, I mow a few yards, have a little weeding route, you know, just something to keep you busy.
Gary, congratulations on an incredible career. You've been a trusted voice coming into Colorado homes, and after 40 years on the airwaves, your steady leadership at the news desk will be sorely missed.
I remember growing up and watching you every single day. You were always someone that I could rely on to see the smile on their face, delivering the good news, the hard news, and everything in between.
Gary, I just want to say thank you so much for teaching me how to anchor, for being just a great newsroom citizen and being such a great person to sit 2 seats down from for 4 years. I wish you nothing but the best.
Congratulations. I hesitate to say I grew up with you because I know I'm older than you, but I've watched a lot of you. We're going to miss you. Congratulations. Well-deserved retirement.
Thank you from this whole community for everything you've done for all of us. We appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you for everything and good luck in your future.
Congratulations on your retirement. Go out and enjoy a lot more rock concerts and a lot more opportunities to go skiing.
Congratulations on your retirement. We are really going to miss you.
Thank you for everything that you have done for 9 News and for Colorado.
Thank you, and enjoy a much-deserved retirement and perhaps even sleeping in.
I wish you great good luck in retirement. You know, go out there and go get them.
I can't wait to see the adventures that you head out onto next. Love you, Gary.
That is so sweet. Oh, and so many of my friends there. That is just so awesome. Yeah. Wow. And what was Kubrick shoveling? Like a 70-degree day, and Kubrick's out there with his shovel. Oh,
you know, it's so interesting because when you were back with Steve Atwater a while ago, he called you a legend. And I was like, this is how people feel in our community, and they're going to want to say something to you. And so I reached out to a couple people, and everyone was like, I want to send in messages. I want to say something. I've been watching him forever. So, yeah, the whole community is thinking about you and wishing you the very best in retirement.
You worked really hard on that.
Some people are hard to get a hold of.
I'll bet they are.
I think Missy was in like Switzerland or something, or not Missy, Michaela. So, yeah, of course.
Michaela's on tour.
Yeah, and then Missy's in Nashville now, but everyone really came together for it. So, of course, there are so many more people than the ones we just saw who do want to congratulate you as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I saw you in the last hour on tape.
Hey,
so
Corey.
it's like, wow.
How are you? So good
Oh,
to
my
see
goodness.
you too. How are you feeling this morning?
Pretty overwhelmed, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Pretty overwhelmed, but it's great. I mean, it's awesome. It's just, these guys have worked so hard to put this day together. I was just going to, you know, say goodbye at the end and go have donuts, but
there was no chance of that, right?
Yeah.
There was no way.
And I should add, we have tissues if you do need
Well,
it.
I was starting to cry. My heart's racing because I'm just so happy to be here with you today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You guys were together for 18 years.
Kyle sat in that seat a long time, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
Yes.
sat through a lot of great stories and a lot of horrible stories together. So.
Yeah, and we laughed a lot. I think Gary's the first one who knew I was pregnant when I was pregnant with my crackers at the side. And, you know, he has been with me through it all.
I've been through 1 or 2 pregnancies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, a couple for each of us for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I consider you like a brother. So
Well, thank
yes,
you.
And I'm just so happy for you. And, you know, I think just seeing that video, it shows what an impact you've made on so many people's lives. You know, you are so trusted, and we can tell that you care in Colorado. Now that I'm a viewer, you know what I mean? You know, and people can see that and appreciate that, and you have always affected all of us.
Well, that is so nice of you to say. Kyle Dyer, by the way, has her own business and is doing really well.
That's not why I'm here.
I have to say really well.
I'm starstruck seeing the two of you together because I have learned so much from watching the two of you, and as I get ready to sit next to Corey as well, you two have been such a model for how that's done and how that's done really well.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm sitting here next to you.
Well,
I know.
I got to tell you, I have lucked out on co-anchors over the years. I have had a bunch, and they've all just been terrific. And
Well,
so,
we feel the same way about you.
yeah.
Because you welcomed us with open arms, because you've been here the longest. And, you know, I was just...
Yeah, I always tell people,
yeah.
You know, I didn't plan on 33 years on this show and 39 years at 9 News. It just kind of happened, and it really does feel like yesterday that you and I were sitting up here. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but it's been a while.
So Kyle is actually sticking around for a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to have much more. Is it
I'm for the
weird to sit
donuts.
here right now?
No.
It's not weird? Okay, good.
Feels good.
I love it.
You want to read some news?
No. No, I don't. I'm going to go get some coffee now.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Gary.
Well, I appreciate it.
love you.
Thank you for getting up early.
Oh, my. I was already up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have swimmers. We're up early.
Yeah. Love you too. Absolutely.
All right, let's get a check the forecast real quick with Ed.
All right. Yeah, and I remember as a little boy watching Gary, too. It was just unbelievable. But I got to tell you, from this side, now, you audience folks, you know what Gary is like. But from this side, there's no more generous, more easygoing, nicer guy than Gary Shapiro. That's really the truth. You can see we do have some high clouds around here. That's what we're seeing right now, and 20 degrees. So that's about normal for this time of year. We have a storm system developing, and that's going to be moving our way, but it's still a couple of days away. So in the meantime, we'll see a few mountain snow showers, little light snow, that's about it. Sunshine over the eastern plains. Then tomorrow we see a few clouds over the mountains, maybe a little light snow, and sunshine over the eastern plains. So a pretty normal couple of days coming our way. Temperatures today, 40s, 50s over the eastern plains, 20s, 30s higher up, 30s, 40s out to the west. As far as those southerly temperatures, because of the warmth, little breezy conditions down there, red flag warning for parts of the southwest for high fire danger, so just be aware of that. 47 degrees where we're going today with mostly sunny and seasonal conditions. Then for tonight, mostly clear and 19. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny, 49 degrees. Look at Sunday, 58 degrees, nearing 60. Back to 49 on Monday. Late Monday, here comes the system. And the cold weather comes in on Tuesday, overnight Monday into Tuesday, high just 29 degrees. And then we'll see a little more sunshine, but we stay chilly for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Ed, thank you so much. Right now, we want to get you out the door and show you what we're dealing with on the roads at this hour, starting you out with a look from our CDOT camera at I-70 and Lookout Mountain, or rather, starting out with Sky 9. There we go. Haven't had that in a minute. I've been off all week, but we're looking at 270 and I-25 this morning here from Sky 9. Now we want to show you our CDOT camera this morning. Pretty dark out here, I-70 and Lookout Mountain, and not a whole lot to mention as far as problems go, really at all across the metro area. As we take a peek here at our map, just looking at lots and lots of green. If you're going to be traveling through Boulder this morning, just be aware we've got that water main break still being fixed. So we've got that Highway 7 closure, Arapahoe Avenue between 55th Street and Conestoga Street. Aside from that, though, again, quiet through and around the metro area. Drive into Commerce City, 12 minutes in on 76 westbound from E470. No issues to report on either side of I-70. Your drive here between I-25 and 225 will take 8 minutes.
All right, coming up, it's a big rivalry game for the Broncos this weekend for more reasons than one. We'll take a look at why Coach Hackett is connected to the Chiefs. That's coming up. When I get to work very early in the morning, it's pretty quiet. Sometimes I think back on my almost 40 years at 9 News. Think about all the wonderful, talented people I've worked with. Producers and photographers, writers, editors, directors. I think about my bosses who taught me, trusted me, and supported me. And I think about viewers who treated me like family. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. Jordan just asked me why I haven't cried yet. This story is going to make me cry. On Sunday, the 3-9 Broncos take on the 9-3 Chiefs, so that should be an interesting game, right? Coach Nathaniel Hackett has a pretty good idea of how big a rivalry this is because growing up, Hackett's dad coached in Kansas City. The stakes are high, but the Broncos haven't beaten the Chiefs since 2015 when Peyton Manning threw for 4 touchdowns. For comparison, this current Broncos team has a total of 3 touchdowns since Halloween. Yikes. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. All right, let's send it over to weather, I guess.
Not quite yet.
No?
We have one more surprise for you.
Oh, Susie's here. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
You want to talk some Broncos?
Yeah, let's talk Broncos. I told them that story is going to make me cry, the Broncos story.
It is kind of sad, isn't it?
Susie's the sideline reporter for the Denver Broncos, by the way.
Yes, I spent 9 years with you on the desk.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is so fun. I was texting in our family group text last night, and I said, hey, I have to get up early tomorrow. Gary's retiring. And my son's like, he's been there forever, hasn't he? I said, yeah, he has been there forever.
Yes, he has. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, it's so nice to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Thanks for coming to help me celebrate.
Absolutely. No, I wouldn't miss it. This is fantastic. I know. And Kyle's here, so it's
the whole gang. We should get them up on the set and just do a show.
Do you think? We got Broncos we could talk about. Nuggets had a win last night. And my Rams didn't do so well. Prime shows up. You got your Buffs are doing well. No, they're not your Buffs, but
no. Well, I covered the Buffs for a while.
You covered the Buffs for a long time.
Yeah, I went to Nebraska, but I covered the Buffs.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it was very awkward.
You spent a lot of time in Boulder.
It was very awkward. Bill McCartney will never let me forget it. So, anyway,
that's great. Well, how exciting is this? This is so fun.
It's it's been a long time coming, and boy, it's just time. But this day is going to be hard to get through. I got to tell you.
I'm sure. You know, I got up early for so many years, and I can't believe you have done it for so long, and you still look great.
Thank you.
Sleep is not overrated. It's a necessity.
I am looking forward to that sleep thing, though.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
I'll tell you what, though, you'll still wake up early.
Well, maybe.
Not as early as you do now, but
I hope not.
You'll still wake up early.
I get up 2 a.m.
Your body
I hope
gets
not.
programmed. Yeah, no, not that early.
Not much going on at 2 a.m., got to tell you.
Yeah.
Anyway, God, it's so good to see you.
It's great to see
Things
you.
are going well, though,
Things are
right?
going well, yes.
Good.
Yeah, so, yep, we could use some Bronco wins. That would be fun.
Yes, we could.
Yeah, for the sideline reporting gig. But, yeah, no, it's going very well. I'm excited to be here today. This is a great day for a celebration for you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Ed, we'll send it to you.
All righty, let's take a look at the weather that we've got going on. 20 degrees right now, a few clouds on the horizon. That will continue today. Maybe some snow showers for the high country. That's it. So look for 47 degrees today. How about 49 degrees tomorrow? Look at your Sunday near 60 degrees. And then we're back to 49 because here comes the next system. Colder on Tuesday, chance for snow and blowing snow. Clearing out Wednesday, but staying chilly.
Oh, the surprises have just started. We have a lot more for Gary on his last day coming up in the 6:30 half hour.
Our 9 News weather team takes you beyond the highs and lows for complete Colorado coverage. Get your weather how you need it with 9news.com/anytime.
University hopes it's a partnership that will continue. There seems to be a lot of freedom among the Nicaraguan people these days.
Crazy about heights.
So many trips down memory lane this morning.
That's for
Thanks
sure.
for joining us on Gary's last day on the anchor desk here at 9 News.
You got in the shot of the white pants, didn't you?
Yes, we had to. We had to, of course.
It was in style then, I'm telling you.
White's in year round.
It was like early 80s.
Yeah.
The white pants, the mustache. You have left us with a lot of iconic looks.
Yes, the mullet.
Had that mullet thing going for a little while there.
The great advantage I have is I worked with you on this show years and years ago, and now I'm back working with you again. You're still here.
In the 90s.
That's right. In the 90s.
That's right.
You bet.
Yeah, I never thought Ed Green would be back. All of a sudden, he just showed up at the door.
That's right.
Here we are.
Let me in.
And it's been awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you.
So
the morning is just beginning, my friend. There are a lot of surprises in store for you. We've already had some great ones.
We have.
They're going to continue.
Oh, my goodness.
But first, we want to get you a live look outside. That sun finally starting to come up this morning, waking up for Gary's final day with us here on the 9 News Anchor Desk. And Ed, how's the weather looking for Gary's final day here?
Actually, it's looking pretty good. I think we worked out everything just fine. Few clouds on the horizon right now, 20 degrees. That's about normal for this time of year, and that will continue to be about normal as far as the temperature goes, with the highs today as well. So we see just a few clouds drifting across the state as the day goes on. Maybe a little light snow for the high country. We'll stay with sunshine out here on the eastern plains. So today, mostly sunny, seasonal 47, 45 is normal for this time of year. Then for Saturday, 49 degrees, so another seasonal day. Then look at how we warm it up on Sunday, almost 60 degrees, almost spring-like with lots of sunshine. And that's because something is pushing those winds downslope, and that's our next system. 49 degrees on Monday with a chance for snow late in the day. Tuesday, colder air moves in, not out of the 20s. We'll stay with some light snow, maybe 3 to 5 inches out of this. Wednesday, 33 degrees. The sunshine does return, but the cold air sticks around.
Ed, thank you so much. Right now, we want to show you what the drive is looking like in Thornton. This is at Thornton Parkway and I-25 this morning. Headed toward us our southbound lanes, and that's where we're seeing things slow down just a hair, but really not enough to really impact the drive for you at this hour, which is great news. Driving through Boulder, though, today we still have that water main break that needs repair along Highway 7 Arapahoe Avenue between 55th Street and Conestoga Street, so be aware of that closure this morning and throughout the day. Drive into Commerce City starting to slow just the tiniest bit. You've got the yellow light 15-minute ride in on westbound 76 from E470. Still no major issues, though, on either side of I-70. Your drive 8 minutes both ways between I-25 and 225.
All right, Erica, thank you so much. Well, today, the woman accused of beating her nephew to death is expected to make a plea in court. She is charged in the death of 8-year-old Demetrius Wilson. This story is part of an ongoing 9 News investigation into the gaps in the systems that allowed his death to happen. Our Darius Johnson has been following the story from the very beginning and is live outside for us this morning outside the Denver District Court. Darius, good morning.
Hey there, Jordan. Over the last 5 months, we've been working with Demetrius' family to learn exactly who failed to keep him safe. His family blames the Department of Human Services, who put him in the care of his great aunt Susan Bafor. And of course, they blame her as well. Bafor is now charged with child abuse resulting in death, as well as first-degree murder. Her last court appearance was in November. You can see Demetrius' father and his aunt were there as well, struggling to hear some of the details that came out of court. Back in June, Denver police responded to a report of an unresponsive child at Bafor's apartment. She told police that she disciplined Demetrius the night before by hitting him with a wooden back scrubber about 40 times all over his body. Court documents allege she bonded him by his arms, ankle, and mouth with electrical tape. Bafor then called police the next morning when Demetrius had no pulse. Demetrius' family says it's still so hard to see someone you trusted in handcuffs for a loved one's death. At this point in time, as we said, Bafor is faced with child abuse resulting in death as well as first-degree murder. We are expecting her to make a plea in court this afternoon. That court appearance is scheduled for 1:30, and of course we'll be there. We're live at Denver District Court this morning. I'm Darius Johnson.
6:33 now on your Friday morning, and this year Copper Mountain is celebrating its 50th season for skiing and riding.
5 decades of grooming the runs. Matt Renew joins us live at Copper Mountain.
Yeah, Matt, good morning. Copper turned 50 a few days ago, but people can celebrate all year, right?
You're right, Gary, Jordan, and Corey, good morning. That celebration is going to be going all season long. They also have a 50th anniversary gondola that they've incorporated to the whole thing. And while a lot of us think of Copper Mountain for its skiing and snowboarding, it also includes a history with an odd connection to Jim Carrey and his movies. At Copper Mountain,
there's Eagles Landing.
Director of Mountain Sports Kim Casey starting her 29th season.
And I've been here a while.
Thank you. At a resort that's celebrating
1972 was our original opening date.
Its 50th season.
Copper turned 50 years old on December 5th this year.
With a 50th anniversary gondola, 50th anniversary drinks.
We do have a 50th cocktail. It's the Snowdrifty 50.
And this 50th anniversary coffee table book packed full of Copper's history.
Really wanted to highlight the people that made this place what it was and kind of just tell the story of Copper.
Including the resort's connection to Jim Carrey.
Jacques Cousteau, happy feet.
and 2 movies he filmed here.
Hopefully people, when they read it, they find something unique or that they didn't know about it. Maybe a fun fact about Dumb and Dumber that they didn't know that it was filmed here.
It's a history that Kim's been a part of.
Started in 72.
Along with her mom and dad, who worked at Copper's first year 50 years ago.
My dad was on patrol, and my mom worked in various guest services.
Setting up a family history 5 decades strong.
I just loved it so much, I never left.
A lot of history here that's going on. They're also planning a 50th celebration at the end of the season. Still putting that one together. They have the Toyota Grand Prix and big air event that's going to be bringing a whole bunch of skiing and snowboarding Olympians to Copper Mountain as well. So just a lot of history, and the book, the 50th anniversary book's got a lot of that history in it. Gary, I don't know if you remember, but you know, in that history, there you are covering those first miners that were looking for copper, and they started skiing. That was a great story. A lot of us remember that. And there you are, that first tow rope at Copper Mountain. You were reporting on that. It's so cool. And check this out. I don't know if you can see it, but you might not know this, but look at that. There's even a run named after you, Shapiro's Shuffle. No one really knew that. But there you are, and it's so cold up here that the thing slipped off, so we had to get creative. But there you are at Copper Mountain, your own run.
My own run. That's the one I fell down. I think I remember that. Gosh, Matt, this is the end of an era. You and I have been chatting for quite a while like this.
Yeah, I just wanted to play around with you, have some fun with you one more time. We've had a lot of fun, Gary. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you all these years. You've earned this retirement for sure. And everyone knows your run here. It's the easiest one, you know, on the mountain. The only thing that's going to be breaking is the news on that one, Gary, all the time with you.
There you go. Yeah, I'll have some more time. We'll get up on the slopes together, I promise. That'll be a lot of fun. Matt, I remember you and I think it was just maybe a year or two ago, we stood outside at Loveland and did a morning show there. And it was like 10 below zero and the wind was blowing like 30 miles an hour. And I am absolutely freezing. And Matt's like, you think I should wear a hat?
I remember that. I was just warmed by the company that day, Gary. It was fun hanging out with you, no matter how cold it was.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, friend. Appreciate it.
Oh, my brother from another mother.
Hi, Greg. How you doing, buddy?
That's not what you call me.
Huh? Greggy, how you doing?
Congratulations, my
Thank
friend.
you.
I am so excited to be here with you.
I appreciate that.
Do you need another box to stand up?
I know. We're the same height. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I've grown since you left.
Yes. But you're working on the hairline. I really like that. Thanks so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wouldn't miss this day because you are the consummate journalist, a storyteller, incredibly compassionate. You laugh, and you owe me $5. And I figured this was the last moment I might have to collect on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Some love. No, the $5.
Oh, I don't have the $5. I don't have the $5. But I will tell you that Greg, I went to his going away party 4 times.
3 times, Gary.
4 times.
3.5. 3.5. Let's just.
Anyway, thanks, buddy.
23 years off and on, as you just pointed out.
Yeah.
We sat together.
Yes, we did.
October 31st, 1993.
Yeah.
Was the worst 2.5 minutes of broadcasting history. That was my first day here. But you welcomed me with open arms, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah,
thank you.
I remember those days. Well, you caught on quick. You're a fast learner.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to your help and support and guidance.
And now he's a bigwig in town, so.
Well, not really. But thanks for all you do.
Thank you for coming in.
Can I still hang out?
Yeah, you can hang out.
Is the restraining order expired?
Hang out.
Oh my God, there's Gory.
Have some hot cocoa. Have some hot chocolate.
Where's the breakfast burritos?
They're coming.
We'll put that on somebody's
We'll be right
tab.
back.
Cornetta's tab? Yes, absolutely.
9 Weather, sponsored by Furniture Row.
So we thought we ought to have you out in the backyard one more time.
Yeah, and the producer forgot to tell me, so I don't even have a coat.
You have no jacket.
But it's only 2 degrees, so don't worry. But no, I don't know what it is.
I got to tell you personally, again, we worked like 20 years together on this very show, and you were still here. And here, one of the most generous, most nicer guys you will never find, even-tempered, in a business that is not full of even-tempered people.
Thank you, Ed.
This guy is the one who has just always been solid. That's the way it is. And I got some great weather for you for the next couple of days.
Well, that's a good thing.
But you know what else I have for you?
What do you got?
Another surprise. Take a look at this.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't see. Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
how are you doing? Sherry.
Oh, hello.
Looking into the light, I couldn't see who it was. How you been?
Well, last time I saw you, you were in a drag gown.
I was. Sherry came to the drag show. That's a whole other story. We'll talk about that. Sounds kind of weird if you don't know the story, but anyway.
It was for a very good cause.
It was. How you been?
And you were fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm fantastic and have been well. More importantly, how are you doing today?
It's been a little shaky, but I'm doing okay. And yeah, Sherry and I did the show back when kind of I started this whole thing. You know, it's been a few years.
Both of us, we were shiny and new at anchoring.
Yes, we were.
It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And
we both had bigger hair then too.
Is that possible? You had a stash. Remember, you had the Tom Selleck stash.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I have to say, and I know that you can relate to this.
Yes.
You would come in the middle of the night, and then you'd hear that laugh, that giggle.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so much fun. You made it so much fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
More importantly than that, you taught us so much about how to be a leader, how to be talented without all the baggage.
Right.
You were so amazing and are still so amazing, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for saying that.
You wouldn't look over and go.
I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, this is tough today. You know, I said out there, and I do mean it, I have worked with so many great co-anchors, and I count you among them, and just terrific people to work with, just fun people, and you know, you got to have fun when you go to work in the middle of the night, right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, this job would suck, you know?
Exactly.
So
if you dreaded coming in, it would not be good.
So it was always a blast, and I know we did some good work together. And
we did, and we had a lot of giggles. My favorite giggle story. Do you remember you were anchoring? We used to have that little table between us.
Right.
You're reading. You stuck your hand in your coffee.
I remember because that's happened many times. Yeah.
And it was like he started, and then he could not take control, and he said, "You're going to have to pick up, take over for me." And at that point, my lungs and Tom's, I'm just like, tears running down my face. I had never laughed so hard.
One time I keep the coffee cup on the desk, and one time I went to take a drink of coffee, and my tie was in it.
Well, listen, neither of you have jackets, so why don't you go
Okay, all right, we'll do that. Thanks.
And get caught up, and I'm going to just show you what the weather's like. Let's take a look at what we've got going on right now. Temperature stands at 20 degrees, just a few high clouds around, and that's what we're going to see today. You see mostly sunny skies over the state, a few clouds drift in, and maybe some snow showers later on in the mountains. You see them right there, and then everything sort of clears out. Sunshine over the eastern plains, and tomorrow, sunshine as well. And we're going to see a little ridge try and build into the area. You see it right over Denver, and that's going to give us a pretty nice weekend, but look at that big red L up there to the west. That's colder weather and snow coming our way. How much snow do we think? Well, I run this up, and we have maybe 3 or 4 inches of snow right here in Denver. 47 for a high today, and then for the next several days, 47 with 19 the low. Clear skies tonight, and then for the next several days, we sure cool it down by Tuesday with a high of just 29 degrees. That cold and snow, and then stays chilly through the end of the week.
We're just having so much fun here. We're just trying to
We're
get
playing
back in
some
places.
musical chairs here.
I'm back.
We had to bring you back inside.
I was just catching up with Sherry. Hadn't seen her in a while.
Well, we look forward to Friday, of course, for many, many reasons. But a big one around here is the way that we, or should I say Gary, always ends our show.
Today, we wanted to bring you behind the scenes and share how it all comes together.
By now, you know how it goes.
Congratulations, you made it through the week.
Every Friday, Gary Shapiro welcomes you to your weekend. For 33 years, that's been his role, ending our show by celebrating the lighter side of life with our morning team.
Madison Burns, I'm one of the morning producers.
Even behind the scenes, it's a fan favorite.
I'm a longtime 9 Newser. I grew up watching 9 News. This is my home.
Mallory Davis is the mind behind the moments.
It's probably one of my favorite things to do every week. I end my morning laughing at my desk at everybody's little mistakes and mishaps and stuff. Just during the show, when I'm directing, if I see somebody looking at the wrong cameras, somebody stumbling over a word or walking behind somebody, I usually just make a little note.
And often, Gary is the star.
You know, I think the last one I put together was probably a solid 93% Gary.
We'll still welcome you to the weekend. It just won't be the same without Gary.
I mean, he's been here for 40 years. I think it'll be a little sad to see him, the first one, without him.
So, to Gary, from all of us on the 9 News Mornings team, congratulations. You have made it to retirement.
Oh, thank you guys. Richard, who voiced that, and Madison, thank you so much.
Mallory.
Oh my goodness, Mallory, she does a great job. So the way all that started is when I started this job, I hadn't done mornings before, and so, you know, it's hard getting up in the morning if you're not used to it. I was not used to it, and so if I made it to Friday, I would tell myself, congratulations, you made it to Friday. And then I just kind of started saying it out loud. And it's stuck all these years.
What I love is because you say it, so many people now wake up into themselves, they say, congratulations, you made it through the week.
And then, of course, the song came along later. Chris Daniels and the Kings recorded the You Made It Through the Week song. And Chris, I still see Chris all the time, and he says, you know, if I would have charged Channel 9 for that, I'd have a new pickup truck.
Yeah, some royalties for sure.
I mean, pretend you're going on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, because take it from me, you may be back.
You and Gregg Moss.
Yeah. Well, that phrase is such a staple for our viewers that when you forget to say it, it's like, wait a second, what happened? Yes,
it's true.
I'm off. Is it Friday?
Yeah. You know, honestly, guys, I've had over the years, I've had some email and some letters from people that say, you know, I look forward to that so much, and I've had people say that it helped get them cancer treatment. They were, you know, maybe in the hospital, and they heard me say that, and it picked up their day, and so. I didn't know it was going to do any of that, but I'm glad it does. I really am. So.
How are you still not crying?
I know.
I have eyelash glue, okay?
It is difficult. All right. Well, we will be back in just a couple of minutes, but first, congratulations. You made it through the week.
Woo, baby! The weekend's here! Well, you made it through the week with the 9 News crew. Weekend's here, what you want to do? Go out dancing, maybe taking a show. Head to the mountains, darling. I don't know. I might just kick off my shoes, take a nap.
I'm over here.
The evening news. Oh, it's
there I am. No, there I am.
The doors are closing. Stand by. Weather and sports, entertainment news, so you can get out and do the Zoom you do. You got the traffic now. Get on your traveling shoes. Oh, well, you made it through the week with your pals at 9 News. The weekend's here, got my dancing shoes. Go out bopping there, taking a show. Head to the mountains, darling. I don't know. I might just sit back, take a nap till the evening.
That's all the time we have. Stay classy, Denver. 3, 2, 1, go!
See you back here, old
Well, as far as our weather goes today, it's going to be pretty normal, 47 degrees. How about tomorrow's 49 degrees? Look at Sunday's near 60-degree reading. And then here comes snow and colder weather by Tuesday. Maybe 3 to 5 inches falls.
Ed, thank you. So, I've been trying to decide what to say today as I step away from this show and 39 years at 9 News. As you guess, it is not easy to sum up your feelings in something like this, but I'm going to attempt to anyway. I have spent thousands of hours with wonderful people and done hundreds of stories on many of them all over Colorado. I've worked with the most talented people in the business, in this building and in the old building on Bannock, and learned so much from them. Many are still my friends, and they always will be. I have reported on happy stories, on sad stories, on tragic stories, on important stories, trivial stories, and I've done my best through them all to make them interesting and understandable. I've sat at this desk through fires and blizzards and shootings and through many, many elections, through Columbine, through 9/11, stories that rock the soul of even the most positive person. But I have also sat here and talked about so many inspiring people, selfless individuals and viewers who care so much about our community. Many times they raise money in times of need to help their neighbors. So I will miss all of that. I will miss these guys up here on the set more than you can know. They truly are my second family. From the time I was 20 years old, I wanted to be a TV reporter. I wanted to do stories that would make a difference in people's lives, and I hope that I have done that. And finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me into your home every morning, every weekday morning for so many years.
Well, you certainly have done that. I mean, 39 years of covering all the good stories, right? Like the Cups and the Super Bowls and all that stuff, and the really terrible stories, like you mentioned, Challenger and 9/11. And you really have been such a staple for our viewers at home to just trust you with the information that's coming, give it to them as best as you can, give them smiles as often as you can with that little Gary giggle that we all love so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for putting this day together. I mean, honestly, I would have been happy with 20 seconds of a thank you. Let's go have donuts, but
Corey would never allow that.
Never,
Corey,
you know it.
Corey would have none of that.
No, absolutely not.
And I know you all worked really hard on today, and the surprises were awesome. Just people that really mean a lot to me that I haven't seen in a long time, and so it's great. I will mention that after all this, I'm not totally going away. So the station's nice enough to make me an offer and even pay me for it. And so I'm going to be doing stories for the morning show. I'm going to be doing Positively Colorado occasionally, and I'm going to be doing a couple of specials a year here on 9 News. But what I'm not going to be doing is getting up at 2 a.m. So.
Which you've done for so long.
So there is that.
I mean, I can't even believe it. We were talking about this when you moved on to this show. It was 89, I think.
Yeah.
There was only a 6 a.m. show.
Yeah.
And you'd come in at 5.
Right.
And then gradually we kept getting earlier and longer.
Yeah,
and
it got longer and longer. And then they said, hey, great news, we're buying Channel 20. And I'm like, what?
Is that great news?
And we're going to expand the news 2 hours over there. It's like, oh, good.
Yes. All right, we love you.
We're going to Channel 20. See you there. When I get to work very early in the morning, it's pretty quiet. Sometimes I think back on my almost 40 years at 9 News, think about all the wonderful, talented people I've worked with, producers and photographers, writers, editors, directors. I think about my bosses who taught me, trusted me, and supported me. And I think about viewers who treated me like family. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, everyone. So my wonderful friends on the morning show have been surprising me with people in my past all morning, and you were the biggest surprise, I think, because we haven't seen each other in quite a while. And Sherry Sellers, it's great to see you.
It is so awesome to see
Sherry and I did the news together for how long? I don't know, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
I started having babies and went, I can't do that getting up in the middle of the night thing.
I know.
How in the world, without sleep, have you...
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't sleep.
So you're going to, like, next week or a couple weeks into the retirement, you're going to be like, I feel like amazing, but I haven't changed anything, and you're going to realize the power of sleep.
I'm sure. Everybody on the desk can tell you that you don't get much sleep on this show, but when you, like I said earlier, when you get to work, it's worth it. You know, if you're doing a job you love and you're having fun doing it, which we do, you know, it makes it worth it getting up in the middle of the night, even though it's never easy, but as you know. But anyway, yeah, I remember we did a bunch of stories. We opened DIA together.
I know. How cool was that?
Yeah, so we did the morning show from DIA the day it opened. And I also had, I don't know why, but I did the 10 o'clock news there the night before.
So you have a thing about sleep. You just like to be
Apparently, yeah. So I was a reporter on the 10 o'clock show, and then I anchored the morning show. And but that was a big deal.
It was. And it was, you know, the great thing about being at KUSA is you get to see and experience things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you, looking back today, that you can't believe how lucky you were.
Yeah.
To be there and to see what was going on behind the scenes. The infamous baggage system.
Yes. Yes.
Letterman had bags flying in every direction.
I know. The baggage system did not work, this automated baggage system they put in at DIA, and we did maybe 1 million stories on that, I'm guessing. And yeah, that was a big deal. You know, I went down there, down into the bowels of DIA to do a story maybe 3-4 years ago. The baggage system's still there.
I know.
It just they didn't take it out because it'd be too expensive to take it out. So it's just sitting there, never having worked. It's just this
big skeleton.
multi-bazillion dollar system is just sitting there. But anyway.
Are you realizing now what you've meant, not just as and I think you know that at KUSA you were always the great, big heart, bestest guy ever. But what you, as far as a leader, what you brought to KUSA, are you starting to realize that today?
Well, today I am, and I appreciate that so much. And to me, it's just part of the job, you know. Somebody asks you, how did you do that, or what do you think I should do, and you work with them on it. You know, it's just I think a lot of people do that in their jobs, you know, that are old and have been there a long time.
I told somebody the other day because they were saying, you know, Gary, I like his manner, I like the coolness, you know, in the way he reads and writes. And I said, you're the Tom Hanks of broadcasting.
Yeah.
Dude, you make it look so easy, right? It's effortless.
That is so funny.
Your work is remarkable.
Well, thank you.
Your talent is remarkable.
I appreciate that so much. You did great work here, too. You were the medical reporter.
I was.
And you're still doing some of that, I know. So, yeah, and that's something to hang your hat on, too. A lot of important stories.
Yeah, it meant I didn't have to stand out in the snow a lot, right?
There you go.
Don't come out today. I didn't have to do that a lot.
And then another story I remember we did was when 1993, when the Pope came to Denver. We anchored the show and did those stories, and oh my goodness.
One of those amazing moments when you think, wow, how lucky was I to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was Pope John Paul.
And you did the special.
II. Yeah, I got to go to Italy and actually meet him and interview him, which was something. I mean, they sent the Jew to interview the Pope.
I was wondering if I should say that. I was trying to think, how do I say that? And
yeah, it was pretty cool. But gosh, Sherry, it's so good to see you.
It's awesome to
and I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad the kids are doing well, and
all our kids grew up.
They did.
We were working.
They did.
They were little ones.
I ran into her son Skylar the other night. I'm like, really? He's like 7 foot tall.
My favorite story, when I was pregnant,
remember
Bill Custer, the fabulous Bill Custer? We were on the news set one day, and I'm, in all my glory. And you and Bill got tickled. One of you said, I was large enough now I should get group insurance.
I'm sure that was Custer saying
And you two got so tickled.
I would have never said anything like that.
You two got so tickled, and it was so funny, and it was hard to get it back together after that.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, now I know. I know now that it's not my imagination. I am starting to be all there, but it was you guys.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And thank you for keeping those pictures, those old pictures, because I lost them somewhere along the way. So I'll call Sherry and go, do you have a picture of? And she's like, yeah, right here. It's awesome stuff.
My pleasure. I'm going to give you a hug too, like
sounds
Gregg.
good.
You have been amazing.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see what you do and the stories you have to tell now.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to tell some more stories.
And you'll be actually not sleepy when you're doing it. So who knows what your talents will be like.
They may be even better, right? They may make sense. All right, let's check the weather with Ed.
All right, and thank you both. Well, we have a nice day going on here. We have lots of sunshine and blue skies right now. You see that from Horsetooth. You also see it up in Greeley, all the way to the mountains and downtown here. 21 degrees and lots of sunshine and blue skies. And that's what we'll see today, but things are going to change. We do have the clear skies around here today, and that's what we'll see. Maybe a few mountain snow showers. They don't last long, and then we keep the sunshine around here tomorrow, right on into Saturday. A few mountain clouds, and that's about it. Sunshine stays with us. A high pressure ridge, kind of a flat ridge, is going to build in, but it's going to give us a pretty nice weekend. But right upstream here, this is the next system. Colder air and some snow all coming our way. You'll see it in the forecast. How much snow? Well, maybe 3 to 5 inches along the front range is what we will see. But before that happens, a pretty seasonal day. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s over the east. We're looking at 20s and 30s higher up and 30s and 40s out to the west. So your Denver forecast, lots of sunshine, seasonal today. That means what's normal for this time of year. That'd be 47 degrees. Mostly clear tonight with a low of 19, then 49 degrees tomorrow with lots of sunshine. Look at your Sunday, nearing 60 degrees. Then things begin to cool off a bit. 49 again on Monday. Chance for snow late in the day and overnight Monday into Tuesday. That's when the 3 to 5 inches falls with a high of 29 on Tuesday, so much colder air. Then we get the sunshine back, but the cold stays with us for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Around here on the mornings, we end our Friday show the same way every week, a montage of our funniest clips. And this morning, we're looking behind the scenes on how it all comes together.
Man, they did a great job on those bumps.
I know they did.
That's just awesome.
Well, of course, today is Friday, and it's one of our favorite days for a lot of reasons, but a big one around here is the way we end our show, or should I say the way the one, the only Gary Shapiro ends our show.
Yeah, so you know it's about a minute long with some of the funny bloopers from the week. Oftentimes they're Garyisms, as we say, a lot of Gary shots. Well, today our senior digital producer, Richard Cote, wanted to bring you behind the scenes and share how it all comes together.
By now, you know how it goes.
Congratulations, you made it through the week.
Every Friday, Gary Shapiro welcomes you to your weekend. For 33 years, that's been his role, ending our show by celebrating the lighter side of life with our morning team.
Madison Burns, I'm one of the morning producers.
Even behind the scenes, it's a fan favorite.
I'm a longtime 9 user. I grew up watching 9 News. This is my home.
Mallory Davis is the mind behind the moments.
It's probably one of my favorite things to do every week. I end my morning laughing at my desk at everybody's little mistakes and mishaps and stuff. Just during the show, when I'm directing, if I see somebody looking at the wrong cameras, somebody stumbling over a word or walking behind somebody, I usually just make a little note.
And often, Gary is the star.
You know, I think the last one I put together was probably a solid 93% Gary.
We'll still welcome you to the weekend. It just won't be the same without Gary.
I mean, he's been here for 40 years. I think it'll be a little sad to see him, the first one, without him.
So, to Gary, from all of us on the 9 News Mornings team, congratulations. You have made it to retirement.
That was a good one.
Thanks, Richard. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Yes. Richard put that together, and Mallory, and everyone's really come together, and we want to make you feel so special.
Thank you. You have. Today has been tremendous. It's just been such a delight and such a surprise and such a great way to go out, so to speak. And you know, none of the packages made it sound like I died, so that's a good thing.
Well, there was one that had the really soft music. I don't know.
I always worry about that, you know. So congratulations, you made it through the week. I talked about this earlier, when I started doing this show, it was a grind, even though it was only an hour long. It was a grind because you had to get up, you know, in the middle of the night and go to work. And so when I made it to Friday, I always said to myself, oh, congratulations, you made it through the week. And then one day I just said it out loud on TV, and it kind of stuck. for 33 years. It stuck.
It became meaningful to people.
And became meaningful. Yeah, I've gotten emails from people that say they look forward to it, that when they were going through, you know, cancer treatment or whatever, it really made them feel good on a Friday. And so, yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome.
How did the Chris Daniels thing come about?
So we had a contest in the early 2000s to do the song, the Friday song, and Chris Daniels submitted and won, and has been doing it ever since. And I love Chris, so that's worked out great. And so I will just say, last time for me anyway, congratulations, you made it through the week.
Oh, baby, the weekend's here. Well, you made it through the week with the 9 News crew. Weekend's here, what you want to do? Go out dancing, maybe taking a show. Head to the mountains, darling, I don't know. I might just kick off my shoes, take a nap.
I'm over here.
The evening news. Oh, it's
There I am. No, there I am.
the doors are closing. Stand by. Weather and sports, entertainment news, so you can get out and do the Zoom you do. You got the traffic now. Get on your traveling shoes. Oh, well, you made it through the week with your pals at 9 News. The weekend's here, got my dancing shoes. Go out bopping, maybe taking a show. Head to the mountains, darling, I don't know. I might just sit back, take a nap till the evening.
That's all the time we have. Stay classy, Denver.
3, 2, 1, go! I'll see you back here on Monday.